Hi, I'm Stephanie from Tomatoes House of Rock, and here are some tips for comping with your left hand. If you're comping with your left hand, that means that there's a bass player, which really opens up your options because you're not responsible for kind of laying down the root or even really laying down the tempo. The bass player is going to do that, so you have a lot more freedom to sort of express yourself rhythmically with what you're playing. So what you want to do is just find some simple versions of the seventh chords. So especially if you're playing blues, but it's really true for jazz and funk too. Right now, the form that I'm going to use, I'm going to have a real shell voicing because, again, I know that my bass is covering the really important notes to let people know what chord we're on. So again, I have a little bit more freedom even harmonically with what I'm playing. So it's just going to be 3 notes, but from an F seventh chord, what I'm going to do is hang on to the 3. I'm going to lose the 1, the F, because I know the bass player's got that. And I'm actually going to put a 7, the flatted 7, our dominant 7, in the bass. So our lowest note is going to be the E flat. Then I've got the 3. And the C would be the 5, but I don't really need it. If I want to get like just a little bit more sound from it, I'm going to play the 6. So here's that sound. So I've got the 7, the 3, and the 6. Which can sound funny to your ears if you don't hear the root notes. I'm going to play the root note just so you can hear what it sounds like all together. Now it sounds like a bright F7 chord, right? So that's going to be my first chord. And then the convenient thing is from here to do a B flat dominant 7, which is what I would need for my blues form. It's actually very simple. All I would do is just move everything basically down a step. So thumb is going down a whole step. Pointer, that was on A, is just going down a half step to the A flat. And pinky is also only going down a half step to D. So now we've got this sound. And with the B flat, so you can hear what it sounds like with the root and the bass, it would be, again, so a really nice B flat dominant 7 sound. And from that chord, what I did was basically, if there's our B flat, there's our 1 or our root on the bottom. I've got D is the 3, I've got the 7 in there again, our flatted dominant 7. And then I'm putting the 9, or what would be like the second, 9's a more common turn, on top. So there's my nice shell voicing for the B flat 7. For our 5 chord in F, which is the C, I'm going to take this exact position and literally move everything up 1 whole step. So same exact thing, just from B flat, we're going to C. That means that I'm going to have, now E is my 3, B flat is the flatted 7, and D is going to be our 9. So again, with the C on the bottom, there's the full sound, and then here it is just the shell voicing. So you can see all 3 of those chords, they're really easy to get to from each other. So I've got, there's my F, there's my B flat, and there's the C. And for the blues, that's all you need. So once you've got those voicings under your finger, then it's time to start thinking about the rhythm. And when you're comping, it's really fun to sort of have a conversation between your 2 hands. So maybe your right hand has an idea, so you want to go off with that a little bit, and then let your left hand respond. You don't have to constantly be playing because, again, since there's a bass player, the momentum and the tonality will be there without you having to constantly be playing all these chords in your left hand. So try to make it a conversation and keep it rhythmic. So let's hear what that sounds like with some music. And those are some tips for comping with your left hand.